So hey anime fans, the series name is What If Naruto Got Harem with Ponytail? So let's start the series. A serene night inside Konoha, the town concealed in the leaves. Everybody was partaking in a pleasant dinner with their families, a beverage with their companions or organization with their minded ones, and in one cavern close to the actual town. Kushina, somewhat more, I can see its head. A resigned clinical ninja that worked in Konoha's emergency clinic as a full-time specialist said. Kushina Uzumaki, the lady being conversed with, was conceiving an offspring. However, she was not in the emergency clinic on the grounds what is happening. It was an extraordinary case. She was the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi. Just Uzumaki had the actual solidarity to hold the nine-followed fox soul down, yet it was generally restricted to females. While conceiving an offspring, the Jinchuriki's seal would debilitate and the monster could get the opportunity to loosen up, yet not this time. Come on Kushina, I realize you can make it happen, a blondie man wearing a standard Konoha shinobi blue leap suit said, holding his hand on her stomach where the seal was. I'm here with you, simply focus on Naruto, I'll manage the nine tails. Kushina's shouting went on for a couple of moments, and when the youngster was birthed everything quieted down for a couple of moments. It's a sound kid, the lady said. I did it, Kushina said, gasping, depleted from the work. I am a father, I'm a dad. You did it, Kushina. The blondie man told Kushina with bittersweet tears, euphoria in his eyes. Try not to overbliss yourselves, a voice reverberated in the cavern, and afterward every one of the surgeons responsible for this birthing were killed somehow and the kid taken by a man in a dim dark shroud wearing a cover. Who are you? The blondie man said in a flash, prepared for any eventuality. This man was clearly not a decent indication of anything. Quiet yourself, I'm just here for the nine tails, hand it over or this child will pass on prior to living for even a moment, the man said, holding a kunai towards the child. The blondie man and Kushina stood still, not knowing precisely the way that far this man was ready to go with the danger. The man tossed the child upwards and pushed his cut hand at him. The blondie man unexpectedly showed up and saved the youngster. Past the point of no return, the shrouded man said, and afterward there was a splendid light coming from the sweeping covering the youngster, a paper bomb tag. Drat, the blondie man said, and afterward the bomb detonated. Minato! Naruto! Kushina hollered in panic. Somewhere else, Namake's family. The blondie man, called Minato Namakes, showed up in the center of the room. Sorry Kushina, hang tight, I'm coming, Minato said, and put the newborn child in his arms on a bed. Stand by here Naruto, I'll go bring your mom. Minato got done, and in the wake of covering the baby he evaporated. Somewhere else, the cavern. Kushina was blinded to forestall her departure, her tummy and the seal in full view, and the shrouded man moved toward her. Presently, time to get what I came here to get, the shrouded man said, and a red fluid began growing out from Kushina's tummy. All the bizarre fluid began growing from Kushina's body and afterward parting away from her. The fluid began gradually taking a shape, the state of a fox with nine tails, and going out of control. Presently, nine followed fox, submit to all my orders, the shrouded man said, and the fox's eyes transformed from a wild monster's cut eye to an ordinary like red eye with three tomo encompassing the understudy, and unexpectedly halted from its frenzy. Kushina! Minato expressed, showing up before her and clutched her and afterward disappeared once more. I surmise he isn't known as the Yellow Blaze for nothing, the man said, and afterward turned around towards the bearing of the exit in the overall course of Konoha. But it does not matter, I as of now have what I needed. Somewhere else, back in the Namake's family, Minato and Kushina showed up in the center of the room, similar as last time. Minato, where is Naruto? Kushina asked, considerably more depleted since the Kyuubi was isolated from her. He's fine, see? Minato said, and helped her to the bed where Naruto was. Naruto, Kushina said while daintily embracing her child. Tears moved down her eyes from satisfaction of him being conceived. Asuichi was alright, and raged towards the secretive veiled man who compromised his life. I need to go, Minato said, and put on a white coat with a fire pattern on the base and on the back, written in red kanji the words Yandame Hokage. If it's not too much trouble, be cautious, Kushina said. I'll be back, Minato said, and evaporated. Somewhere else inside the town, individuals actually strolled around the town content with their evening, with the exception of one man, The shrouded man remained in an open region and afterward made a hand sign followed by him contacting the ground, a gathering jutsu. Go, Ninetales, the man said, and the Kyuubi showed up in the center of the town. Everybody in the town broke into bedlam at seeing the monster, and made a run for it. Hokage Pinnacle. Master 3rd. The Ninetales and Umbu, significant level ninja, began. I know, an older man said, fixing the hold of his glove, preparing for the fight to come. You and the remainder of your man will help me. We should smother the Ninetales until Minato can make it. Right. The Umbu said and disappeared. What are you going to do? Hiruzen, a comparably older man with gauzes over the right half of his face, said. Danzo, we should empty the regular folks and smother the Ninetales, the man called Hiruzen answered. Furthermore, you will involve the Uchiha for this battle? Danzo said. The issue lies with what? Out with it, Danzo, we're in a rush, Hiruzen said. The Uchiha have some control over a Biju, exceptionally the Ninetales with their Sharingan. They could utilize this opportunity to assume command over it and use it for their potential benefit, Danzo said. Advantage for what? Hiruzen inquired. Everybody holds obscurity, the Uchiha are no exception, Danzo said and just checked Hiruzen out. Fine, you can order my men as you see fit, Hiruzen said and left the room. One more Umbu shrouded in a dark raincoat showed up behind Danzo. Master Danzo, the Umbu said. Order all Uchiha to empty regular citizens and remain down. Not a single one of them are to draw near to the Ninetales, Danzo said. The Umbu said nothing and just left the room. Roads. Everybody remain mentally collected. Follow this highway. A man with pure black hair called to a gathering of regular citizens. Skipper Fugaku, how would it be a good idea for us we respond? Another man said. The man called Fugaku, complete name Fugaku Uchiha and top of the Uchiha tribe 2 of the Uchiha police unit, we follow orders, evacuate everybody to somewhere safe, Fugaku said, and everybody proceeded with their activities. However, actually, all Fugaku needed to do was help, assist the battle with safeguarding the town. Fugaku bit his lip and almost made himself drain trying to retaliate the desire to forsake orders. Hokage Landmark Mountain. Minato showed up on the tip of his shaped head's hair, and saw as the Kyuubi destroyed disorder in the town. The Kyuubi turned toward Minato. So you at long last paid heed to me? Minato said, and the Kyuubi began gathering a wad of dark, purple and red energy and shot it towards Minato. Minato held one of his brand-name kunai before himself and afterwards some kind of gateway opened and ingested the wad of energy. The bundle of energy seemed a couple of miles north of the town and detonated. Such strength, it is a danger to allow you to go crazy, Minato said, and afterward he felt something behind him. He went after said presence. It was the covered man. Minato's assault went directly through the veiled man's head as though he wasn't there. The man snatched Minato's arms and unexpectedly began gulping Minato into his eye. Minato figured it wasn't great to get found out by this assault and evaporated from risk. So fast, the concealed man said, and afterward he evaporated as well. Darn, simply a second after the fact and I'd be done, Minato said. You can't get away with such ease. The covered man's voice came and afterward he showed up before Minato. Dang it, I need to manage this person, yet likewise the town is being gone after by the Ninetales. What do I do? Minato required one moment to consider it and afterward assembled his determination. I'll simply need to trust Ruler Third and the rest to manage the Ninetales. Minato and the concealed man remained there prepared to go head to head against one another. The veiled man seemed a bunch of chains that seemed to be a long arrangement of binds. I need to manage this person first, Minato said and held his kunai prepared for the fight to come and put another before himself. At long last choose to battle, huh? The man said and hurried Minato. They ran onto one another and afterward Minato went through him and got enveloped by the chains and the concealed man endeavored to retain him once more. Minato magically transported to the kunai on the ground and afterward kicked the man away. He needs to become offered to retain me. So the best strategy is for me to go for a counter-assault, Minato said and afterward the two surged each other once more. While running, Minato charged a little chunk of chakra on his right hand and tossed his kunai at the man. The kunai went directly through the man and the man had a go at getting Minato once more. That last possible moment Minato disappeared, showed up right on top of the kunai, got the kunai and pushed the chakra ball to the man's back. Hiragen level 2 Minato said, and afterward the man disappeared. You might win this time, yet my objective is finished, the stage is set, so I'll be back. The man's voice reverberated from all over. At any rate, what was his objective? Whatever, I should rush back to the town, Minato said and evaporated. The Kyuubi was scarcely being stifled by the Leaf Shinobi in the third Hokage, Master Third. Losses have proactively arrived at more than 200, and Umbu informed. Somewhat longer everybody, we should keep our ground, Hiruzen said. Once more the Kyuubi began gathering the energy ball and it was focused on Hiruzen and the remainder of the town. This is bad, Hiruzen said. All of a sudden a colossal frog showed up and held the Kyuubi down. A Goliath frog, a shinobi said. Is Master Fourth? Another man said. Gamabunta. Hold him down for a couple of moments, Minato called. Actually quite difficult, simply hustle it along, the frog answered. Minato bounced down from the frog's head and just prior to arriving at the Kyuubi, he enacted the Hiragen no Jutsu to ship himself and the fox as well as the energy ball away from everybody. Where did they go? Hiruzen said. There was a blast close to the walls of the town. Around there, everybody move. We should help Minato away we can. Hiruzen called. Somewhere else non-military personnel clearing entry. Fugaku saw the blast. That was toward the path of Minato, Fugaku said and ground the two his clench hand and teeth. Fugaku chose to overlook orders and go assistance. Commander Fugaku, one of the other Uchiha called. Protect everybody. Fugaku called and got a move on as quick as possible. Somewhere else. Minato just had one spot to magically transport the Kyuubi, his own home, and a piece under a moment before the energy ball would explode and perhaps kill Kushina, Naruto, and himself. Minato immediately snatched Kushina and Naruto and magically transported into nothingness, staying away from the blast. Having no place else to magically transport, he showed up on a similar spot and just figured out how to keep away from the blast. Sorry Kushina, I needed to bring him here, Minato apologized. Is alright, Kushina said. The Kyuubi spotted Kushina and endeavored an assault. Minato! Kushina! Fugaku shouted and initiated his Sharingan. Fugaku? What are you doing here? Minato inquired. I saw the blast of the Ninetales assault, Fugaku said and halted the Kyuubi's assault rush. The Sharingan won't hold the Ninetales for a really long time, Fugaku said in order to empty Minato, Kushina, and their youngster. No Fugaku, Kushina began, the Ninetales must be sealed. If we just let it run free it could annihilate the entire town. Kushina? What are you attempting to say? Minato said. Kushina? Fugaku additionally said and afterward he saw his control on the Kyuubi was getting frail. Watch out. Fugaku hollered and afterward chains showed up and held the Kyuubi down as well as constructed something like a vault around them ensuring it wouldn't get away. This is? Fugaku said. The chains came from Kushina's back. It was her strength, chains of light that stifled the foe and furthermore halted their chakra from working appropriately. There are just a couple of things I can do now. The Ninetales extraction just after birthing Naruto debilitated me to an extreme. I can do this much now, Kushina said and gradually shaped a couple of hand signs that seemed a platform. That's the 8-pronged seal. Kushina, what are you arranging? Minato began. The Ninetales is better held inside individual of Uzumaki blood. My life is reaching a conclusion. So however much it torments me, Naruto is the following option, Kushina said and began crying. Kushina, no. You don't need to do that, Fugaku said. Furthermore, I won't allow you to do that. You know the torments of being a Jinchuriki better than anybody. Why Naruto? Minato began. Since he is the last Uzumaki, Kushina said, torment and assurance in her voice. Minato swallowed. It was valid. The Uzumaki had become wiped out. They were killed and abducted to later be killed somehow. Naruto was doubtlessly the main individual with Uzumaki blood in the entire shinobi world. I actually won't let you do, Minato began and attempted to stop Kushina's hand sign winding around, yet he was enveloped by chains very much like the Kyuubi. Kushina, stop this please. You don't need to. In any case, I do Minato. Unfortunately I in all actuality do need to do this, Kushina said, and afterward turned her face to show she was crying and had an appearance that plainly showed she would have rather not done this. Minato saw exactly the thing was going through Kushina's brain. I see then, yet Kushina, I won't allow Naruto to go through that torment alone. Having every one of the nine tails inside himself would be a lot for him. He is only a child. Seal half of it in me and we'll both live with this weight, Minato recommended. Kushina's demeanor changed from one of extreme pity to stun. She had never at any point contemplated this. Much thanks to you, Minato. Please raise Naruto properly, Kushina said, and completed the hand signs and set one hand over Naruto and the other on Minato. Eight-pronged seal set, Kushina said, and just after she fell over and passed on, Minato dropped from weariness of acquiring the Kyuubi and Naruto additionally nodded off. Fugaku, with only what he had quite recently seen, recovered the two blondies back to the town and into security. At the point when back to somewhere safe and secure, the best anyone could hope for at that point was to clear up for the Sandaime Hokage, Sarutobi Hiruzen, about what occurred. Danzo promptly showed a face of uneasiness seeing as Fugaku had defied direct requests and, surprisingly, saved Minato and his kid. Regardless of whether Kushina must be forfeited, Sarutobi requested his Umbu to quickly take Minato and his child, Naruto, to Konoha's emergency clinic and seek treatment immediately. Both dad and kid ended up being alright and protected from any sort of risk. 2 or 3 weeks after Minato was released from the emergency clinic alongside his child and both moved into a condo inside the Hokage Tower while his home was modified. Meanwhile, Minato needed to return to work right away, and the main thing he did was call Fugaku into his office. Did you call, my lord? Fugaku asked and took the conventional position for regard of a more significant position. Needn't bother with to be so formal with me, Fugaku. Minato called. There is something I've been importance to converse with you since really the day you were named the head of police. What is it? Fugaku asked, somewhat confounded. Fugaku, what is your opinion about the police? Minato inquired. Excuse me? Fugaku posed, not figuring out the inquiry. Indeed, it's clear that there is a requirement for policing, so a police unit is exceptionally required, and I likewise comprehend that presently is even more accustomed for the Uchiha to become individuals from the police force. Yet let me know, Fugaku, what is your opinion about the Uchiha police force? Minato made sense of his inquiry. Frankly, since not long after I joined the police force I felt it wasn't correct, certain, we might be a gathering that holds tumult back from breaking inside the town. However, it likewise provides us with all the disdain of the residents. To be straightforward, I don't have the foggiest idea about why Ruler Second would make the Uchiha police force, Fugaku responded to the inquiry. I knew it. Minato answered as he collapsed his eyes shut and confronted the window of his office. Fugaku, what might you say if I somehow happened to disband the Uchiha police force and supplanted it with Cho's Umbu? Are you serious? Fugaku asked, stunned at what Minato had said. Fugaku, to be a pioneer you should have the option to think as your foe could, and a similar applies for attempting to comprehend your companions. Since we were youthful I could perceive you could have done without the Uchiha police power. And one of the numerous things I've been significant to do was disband that gathering and free the Uchiha from such a weight, Minato said, lastly woken up. What do you say? Fugaku kept quiet. He didn't have the foggiest idea how to respond to this. More than 50 years of custom would be obliterated with only this one decision, and it was his decision climate. He kept on feeling areas of strength for the of getting no regard from those he secured, or free his entire group from working in a task they in all probability would have rather not done, and perhaps leveled been permitted to resign or rejoin the standard shinobi units. Sounds great to me. Fugaku at last talked with a legit look favorably upon his face, one not frequently seen by a lot of people. A considerable lot of my men don't actually partake in the police work in any case. I'm certain they'd very much love to drop that piece of their lives at last. All things considered, I have another inquiry. Minato began and turned his face towards Fugaku. Fugaku, I've been feeling that I want a right-hand man in the event that something happened to me. Suppose that for instance I had kicked the bucket during this last assault. I'm certain Master Third would have taken office again until they tracked down a substitution, yet assuming I had a right-hand man he could get to work in my stead. Fugaku, it'd be my honor assuming that you acknowledge the position. Minato got done and bowed his head consciously. My lord, kindly raise your head, I'm dishonorable of such trust. Fugaku began and immediately fixed Minato's standing position. In the event that you consider I'm qualified for the position, I'd be more than regarded to acknowledge. Not long after the Uchiha police was supplanted with Umbu, the pressure encompassing the Uchiha individuals eased up and presently the residents were feeling more okay with their Uchiha peers. Fugaku and Makoto assisted Minato with Naruto's childhood and soon enough he and Sasuke, Fugaku's second child, turned out to be old buddies. It has been approximately a long time since that day. Minato and Naruto were carrying on with a cheerful life back in the Namake's family. And despite the fact that Naruto and everybody know who his dad is, he actually asks consistently, "Hello father, why your last name is Namake's yet I'm named Uzumaki?" Naruto inquired. Well Naruto, as I've generally said, the Uzumaki were an astounding faction of champion. Among them one unceasingly gorgeous lady advanced toward this town. That lady was your mother. She was major areas of strength for astounding, entertaining. Minato said. Shouldn't something be said about brilliant? Naruto inquired. Indeed, even she had her shortcomings. Not to say she wasn't, but rather she acted quickly more frequently than thinking about her most memorable move. In any case, as you probably are aware, your mom passed on the day you were conceived. She safeguarded the town like a genuine leaf shinobi, yet most importantly, she safeguarded you. The Uzumaki had been cleared out when your mom was a teen, thus to keep the Uzumaki's name alive we concluded that we would name our most memorable kid Uzumaki, as well as each and every kid from that point onward. However, that can't occur any longer. Minato got done and looked marginally miserable by the idea. In any case, back to cheerful considerations. How have you been of late? I realize you spend time with Sasuke regular and both of you go to the recreation area and play with Shikaku's and Choza's children among others. Gracious, definitely, we as a whole vowed to rehearse shuriken tossing today. I need to go father, Naruto hollered and ran out of the front entryway. Naruto, alongside his companions as a whole, had recently joined the Shinobi Foundation. Minato was somewhat reluctant at first since turning into a ninja would put his life in extreme danger. However, he knew that being the Kyuubi's Jinchuriki, he was unable to bear to leave Naruto undeveloped for self-protection at any rate. Sure is ready to go, similar to his mom, wouldn't you say? Minato said. Sure is. A voice approached window and afterward a man materialized. This man was wearing umbu reinforcement and had a canine veil. His hair was spiked marginally aside and was silver, albeit not from age. Thus, what do you need to let me know, Kakashi? Minato asked, wrapping his morning meal and getting his Hokage shroud. Simply the standard thing. Kakashi said, sounding exceptionally unconvincing. What's the matter, Kakashi? Minato asked and went to the man. Teacher. There's really something more significant, however this. Kakashi began and Minato lifted a hand telling him he comprehended. Let us go, Kakashi, there's a lot of desk work I need to complete still. We can talk later, Minato said, giving a message that they would proceed with the discussion in his office. Not long after Minato came to his office, he locked the entryway and afterward positioned a sound wall to hold anybody back from tuning in on anything in the workplace. Okay, Kakashi, what is it? Minato expressed, transforming into a more serious manner of speaking. This includes Itachi. He advised me to tell you of this, Kakashi said. Itachi? What's wrong? Minato asked, worried for Fugaku's oldest child. The youthful Uchiha had shown astonishing potential at the straightforward age of 7. Presently at 16 years old he was the third in order in Kakashi's umbu unit. As a matter of fact, Itachi showed the possibility to turn into an exceptional Hokage at the early age of 10. Itachi had initially been a piece of root, and because of his deference for Konoha he elected to be the Hokage's eyes inside root. Kakashi was his approach to moving the data to Minato. It appears to be that Danzo has requested something from Itachi. Kakashi began, something barely useful. What might this be? Minato inquired. It appears Danzo has requested Itachi to take out all Uchiha. His thinking is by all accounts that inside the Uchiha there are numerous sleeper specialists and the sort that are only trusting that the right second will strike, since they can't pinpoint who precisely he's said to wipe out everybody, Kakashi said. What? What might be said about Fugaku? Does he have some familiarity with this? Minato inquired. I have to take a hard pass, Kakashi answered. Illuminate him right away, and call Itachi here immediately, Minato directed. Right. Kakashi said and disappeared. Minato remained quiet 2 or 3 seconds and afterward a more youthful Umbu appeared. This one had long dark hair and wore a weasel cover. Minato reset the sound wall and afterward they started talking. Did you call my lord? The Umbu said. Kakashi just educated me regarding Danzo's central goal, Itachi. You couldn't really make it happen, Minato said. I'm apprehensive he'll follow through with something if I don't, explicitly something to Sasuke. He consented to not touch Sasuke insofar as I did this, Itachi answered. I comprehend what you're talking about. If you somehow happen to do it, you do it to safeguard your sibling. That is outstanding. However, you don't need to stress. I thusly invalidate this mission. It is basically unfeeling. Regardless of whether there was some kind of spy inside the Uchiha, he would get spotted, Minato said. Much thanks to you, sir. Itachi expressed, and there was a teardrop coming from under the veil. Itachi, return home, go home for the day, talk with your dad about this, you two can unwind. I'll see so Danzo prevent this mission from becoming authority even to his ninja, Minato said. Much thanks to you. Itachi said and afterward he evaporated like Kakashi did before. Minato prevailed with regards to halting the slaughter of the whole Uchiha group, however he didn't prevent Danzo from anything that screwy plans he had. That makes it happen, regardless of whether I need to do this without anyone else's help. I'll get my hands on the Sharingan. Half a month passed and Minato was sitting in his office taking a gander at desk work. Among the many pieces of paper, a solitary paper remained solitary, confined from all the others. Minato at last went after it and began perusing it for the 100th time. Regardless of my perspective, it's not only a mission. Minato got up from his work area and began walking forward and backward behind his work area. This mission was highly classified. Just the Hokage and the individual that was to take this mission were to know about it. The perils were a long ways past any mission at any point delivered, to the extent that his insight went, and on the off chance that the individual taking this mission was to decline taking the mission in the wake of hearing the data for it, they were to get their brain cleared off of the mission's data. I can trust him or somebody among his men, but they're at present out of the village. Minato got done with strolling and reached an unexpected stop. He started a bunch of hand sings and afterward tapped the ground, which caused a little frog to show up before him. Yo! What's up, Minato? The frog said, recognizing his summoner. I really want you to give a message to somebody, Minato said. Who is it? I'll take your message rapidly and proficiently, the frog said. Kakashi Hatake, he's at present out of the town, thus I really want you to track down him and give this message to him, Minato said and gave a look to the frog. It made perfect sense to you. I'll see ya around. The frog got done and disappeared into a smoke cloud. Simultaneously, Kakashi and his men were resting close to the line to Mizuno Kuni. Everybody was cleaning their weapons and keeping up with their hardware. Kakashi then raised his head. What's the matter, senpai? Yugo, one of only a handful of exceptional ladies in his group, inquired. Be right back, Kakashi said and got up from his spot and left the gathering. Several minutes he ground to a halt. Could I at any point assist you with something? Sharp as could be. As a matter of fact, I think the reality just you saw me. A voice came and afterward the frog that had been in Minato's office risen up out of a shrubbery. I have a message from Minato. Kakashi got the parchment and immediately read the items in it. Do you have any idea what's written in here? Kakashi asked the frog. I'm a courier, except if the message is to me I don't look my nose on anything. The frog said. Regardless, I'll leave now. Kakashi shut his eye briefly and afterward he advanced back to his group. Tenzo, Yugo, Itachi, follow me, Kakashi said and lead the three away from the remainder of the gathering. When everybody was out of ear or eye shot, Kakashi began talking. Minato Master has something to converse with us, only one of us obviously. He said it was about a mission and that Main, the one taking the mission, ought to be familiar with it. What sort of mission is it? Tenzo, a man with a pale face and wide eyes, inquired. Taking into account the little piece of data he gave me on the message, I accepted very well. Maybe something incredibly perilous, and something he'd prefer not to include a faction head with. Then he believes us should pick who takes the mission? Yugao inquired. I'll peruse his message. Kakashi began and returned the parchment. Kakashi, I'll be brief about this as to not take up a lot of your time. I have another mission and I really want a ninja qualified for it. Among all the ninja in the town, those in your unit are the top for this. This mission will be excessively hazardous and I don't need just anybody taking it. The individual to take this needs to chip in for it, since I likewise don't have any desire to drive anybody on it. I leave the decision for the competitors dependent upon you. Kakashi read and afterward set the parchment aside in his shuriken pocket. I see, Itachi said. What's wrong? Tenzo asked the youthful Uchiha. I'll take the mission, Itachi said with assurance right in front of him. What? Tenzo asked, confounded. We haven't even begun examining what this could be about or the way in which risky this could be. I likewise don't believe you're the top among the four of us, Yugo said. I mean, definitely, you're a young fellow with the capacity to utilize the Sharingan, yet I don't think you have the long stretches of involvement at this time for a potential self-destruction mission. Itachi. Kakashi began and checked Itachi's eyes out. Itachi's eyes showed an unfilled void encompassed in dimness, yet profound inside the void Kakashi could see a little flicker of light. For what reason do you need this mission? Kakashi at long last asked, making everybody go quiet. You see, Itachi began. Multi-days passed and Kakashi and his men were presently unwinding. However, inside Konoha something troubling was going to occur. Are the arrangements prepared? Danzo inquired. Indeed, sir, we're simply anticipating your orders, a shrouded Umbu answered while holding his head down. Awesome, move out and sit tight for the perfect second, Danzo said, and afterward the Umbu disappeared. Nakano Sanctum, initially, the spot generally hallowed to the Uchiha tribe, however it was likewise in which they maintained their mysteries plans for a rebellion, since a long time ago had those plans been deserted. Presently, the Nakano Sanctuary was the most known and most confided in place of worship among youthful and old for a wide range of wonders. Fugaku and his significant other, being the tops of the family, were responsible for cleaning the holy place and keeping up with the spot too. Great Knight Ruler Fugaku, a youthful Uchiha man, shouted to him as he cruised by. Evening, Fugaku answered and kept on social occasion the leaves that the encompassing trees had dropped. More individuals began gathering and in a little while, Master Fugaku, look out, the young fellow from prior shouted and got before Fugaku. The man then tumbled to the ground. Fugaku turned the man to see numerous kunai and shuriken trapped in the man's chest. Shinobi began seeming encompassing everybody in Nakano altar and everybody in it. What is it that all of you need? Fugaku called, attempting to find a solution out of these men. Not even one of them answered. However, rather they went after. Every individual inside the premises of the place of worship tumbled to the ground dead, Uchiha or not. Fugaku and Makoto were the last two standing. Makoto was plainly depleted since she had not been in that frame of mind for almost 15 years now, and Fugaku, he was simply being overwhelmed by the adversary. Give it up, Fugaku heard, there's no chance to get out of this one for you. Danzo, I ought to have realized this was your doing all along, Fugaku thundered at the elderly person. In any case, on the off chance that this is everything you could do, I can't help thinking about how you came to group head. Farewell, Fugaku, Danzo said, and afterward two Umbus showed up behind Makoto and Fugaku, handling a last hit on them. Fugaku and Makoto kicked the bucket inside the space of seconds later, and afterward Danzo and his men withdrew. Inside the Hokage Tower, Minato rested in the wake of having recently completed all his administrative work for the afternoon. Man, where's Fugaku? He said he'd be back before twilight and is now lengthy past. Minato then, at that point, shuddered. Something's not right. Master Kakashi showed up. What's wrong? There's something terrible happened, Kakashi said, and led Minato out of the workplace. Minato and Kakashi arrived at Nakano altar and saw around 37 carcasses lying all around the area. Among them were Fugaku and Makoto as well as a few other Uchiha, who might have followed through with something like this. Minato asked, however profound inside his psyche he had serious areas of strength for and of who. This method of death is the same way Itachi has, Kakashi said, assessing one of the cadavers. No, it's absolutely impossible that he could follow through with something like this, Minato said, pushing that chance far removed. Kakashi and Minato required a clinical unit and they cleared Nakano hallowed place of the bodies. Surgeons and other ninja inspected the dead, attempting to figure who did something like this. Right on the following day, Itachi appeared into Minato's office. Ruler 4th Itachi said and brought down his head deferentially. Itachi, is there something you want to converse with me about? Minato inquired. Is about the mission you discussed, Itachi inquired. Gracious, that, I was considering what was going on with this. Likewise, this is ideal timing. I also have something I should illuminate you about. You go first, sir. Indeed, something horrendous happened the previous evening. Just couple of individuals know about it as of this moment. However, I wouldn't question the word getting out by tomorrow at the earliest. Somebody went after Nakano's sanctum. Around 40 individuals were tracked down dead there, and among them were your guardians. After hearing Minato's words, Itachi's face withered and his eyes went wide with shock. What? You mean, definitely, they as well as everybody in that occurrence were killed for an obscure reason, and whoever did it expects to accuse you. Everybody appears to have been killed in a manner you would make it happen. Kakashi and not many other ninja in the TNI bunch reached a similar resolution. Obviously Kakashi and myself trust your honesty. However, that doesn't imply others trust something similar. Itachi's eyes began watering and soon enough tears started to stream. When Itachi opened his eyes, they were in their Sharingan state, and in addition to the Sharingan, yet the Manjikyu Sharingan. First Shirzue and presently my parents. I realize who did this, yet I can't demonstrate their culpability, Itachi said. I accept we're both onto a similar individual. However, I have no verification either, Minato said, and afterward looked at Itachi without flinching. Itachi, having heard this data, would you say you are certain you need to take this mission? Better believe it, Itachi answered and cleaned his eyes off from the tears. Presently, Itachi, how can it be that you need to take this mission instead of let another person take it? Throughout the years I've been a piece of the Umbu. I've gone through a few clinical assessments, a wide range of specialists as well. I don't have too lengthy to even think about living. Each specialist says that I might have around 10 years. I need to be useful to the Leaf however much I can in that time, Itachi made sense of. I see, yet realizing about what befell your parents you'd let Sasuke be, Minato made sense of. I was wanting to take both you and Sasuke into my home until both of you felt prepared to reside alone once more. However, on the off chance that you take this mission you cannot meet him, I've settled on my choice. I realize that essentially he'll be well taken care of by remaining with you, Itachi replied. I see, I'll respect your choice and acknowledge you as the individual for this mission, Minato said, and put the obstruction on the room and afterward pulled the mission slip from the cabinet. This mission is a long ways past a self-destruction mission. In this mission you should penetrate a criminal association called Akatsuki. This gathering is comprised of S-positioned hoodlums and they've been doing numerous obscure things lately. Your main goal is to go along with them and report back to me any crucial data. I will assume total ownership for any wrongdoing you commit. No, I'll take the weight with me, regardless of how grave the wrongdoing or doing. I'll do it and keep it with me a secret forever, Itachi said with a face that plainly showed he was prepared for whatever might happen. I see, you'll without a doubt be marked a criminal because of this mission and hence you'll be a Rouge Ninja. On the off chance that you're distinguished into the town hindrance you're without a doubt to be caught and perhaps killed on the spot. Here, this is the boundaries equation. You can enter and leave the town however many times as you need with this. Much obliged to you, Itachi said and took the parchment. Itachi, shouldn't something be said about Sasuke? I'm certain he'll without a doubt accept of you as the crook, Minato inquired. Allow him to think thus. The Uchiha gain power from scorn, or so has been said for generations. If Sasuke comes to detest me, he'll become more grounded. However, in truth he'll just know about a bogus strength, and that is the point at which I'll let him know the genuine mystery of solidarity, Itachi answered. I see, all things considered, you can leave Sasuke's prosperity in my grasp, and Itachi, sorry for putting you through this, Minato said. Is alright, and don't attempt to lift the responsibility from me about my folks. I'm certain that will make me joining this Akatsuki bunch more credible. Figured out, best of luck. Right as Minato completed these words, Itachi evaporated. The following day, everybody in the town began getting the news out about Itachi's doing, and the one hit the hardest was none other than Sasuke. Sasuke, Naruto murmured as he saw his closest companion nestled into a ball while resting on a tree and crying. I will not excuse him. I'll retaliate for my folks and cause him to apologize to them. I'll overcome him, regardless of whether it implies killing him, Sasuke said and raised his face to the sky as his tears streamed down his face. Sasuke's eyes had stirred another power. They were not the standard dim eyes he regularly bore, yet red, blood-red, truth be told, and in his right eye there was a tomo, the indication of the Sharingan. Sasuke, your eyes, Naruto murmured and sought his companion in astonishment. Typical morning in Konoha, individuals continuing on ahead shopping elements for lunch or different dinners, youngsters going to the Shinobi Foundation for classes and other shinobi doing their everyday schedules, from watching to purchasing gear for future missions. Everybody was partaking in the calm of the town's morning. Return here. Or possibly generally. You folks truly figure you can get me? Can we just look at things objectively? In the event that you would have gotten me some time prior, a youthful 13-year-old kid with light hair said as he took off from some ninja pursuing him. The young fellow carried on his hands painting gear, yet he was obviously not a painter, uncommonly conveying that sort of painting hardware. Naruto. You went excessively far this time, covering all up the Hokage faces, one of the two ninja following Naruto said. Come on, I let Pops be, didn't I? Naruto hollered back, contending with all due respect, which wouldn't help. The shinobi began getting up to speed to Naruto and unexpectedly he disappeared. Dang it, he got away, one of the ninjas said and proceeded to search for him. After the two ninja left, a wall began moving and from said wall Naruto arose. I'm happy I set this concealing spot beforehand, Naruto said. Still rather unsurprising, however, Naruto heard, and when he turned his head he tracked down his foundation homeroom instructor. Iruka master, what brings you here, huh? Naruto asked as though he had recently compromised of the street, which he did. What do you believe you're doing playing hooky? Iruka hollered, and before Naruto knew it he was contracted with rope and Iruka was hauling him back to class, no doubt, playing hooky to go vandalize the Hokage landmark? I in some cases can't help thinking about your thought process prior to following through with something like this. Following a couple of moments, Iruka and Naruto got to the foundation and to Iruka's homeroom, everybody in the class talking among themselves, and when Iruka opened the entryway everybody went calm and sat down. Okay everybody, I trust you're all prepared for the saving practice today, Iruka said, and everybody in class began cheering. I might want to say, however, on account of somebody of note, we'll drop that example and go straight for the end of the year test audit. Everybody in class moaned and Naruto was let out of his ties and permitted to go to his seat. How did you respond this time? Sasuke inquired. Quiet down, Naruto answered and just sat down. Okay everybody, we'll be getting going with change jutsu. Come to the front of the class and show me what you can do as I call out to you, Iruka said and began calling understudies as per the class program. Haruno Sakura, Iruka called. Right, a young lady with pink hair expressed remained from her seat and advanced toward the front of the class. You go, young lady, I'm certain you can make it happen, Naruto called, empowering the young lady. Calm man, Sasuke said, quieting Naruto. Come on man, is Sakura we're discussing? You know, I figure I could take my action eventually soon, Naruto answered. Best of luck then, simply keep me out of this. Okay then, at that point, first utilize the change jutsu, Iruka trained. Sakura wound around a couple of hand signs and afterward there was a farce of smoke. After the dust settled, a second Iruka materialized of the entire class. Changing into me, huh? That appears to be basically finished. In the event that I didn't realize better, I'd think I was taking a gander at a mirror, Iruka kidded presently. Could we check your clone jutsu? Sakura again wound around a couple of hand signs and afterward a second Sakura seemed remaining close to her. Great, keep this up and you'll finish the finals without a hitch, Iruka said and permitted Sakura back to her seat. The entire way Sakura glanced toward Naruto, discreetly yet toward him nonetheless. "Hello, man, I think she was taking a gander at me," Naruto said, prodding Sasuke, who sat to one side. "Maybe," Sasuke said, and aloof kept staring out the window. Student afterwards apprentice. The account was advancing the end. Uchiha Sasuke, Iruka alleged, and Sasuke went to the advanced of the class. As anon as he accomplished his appointed atom, he poofed into smoke, and a fresh additional Iruka stood in advanced of the Sheik like earlier. "I see you're already advanced of the game, able-bodied done, now let's see your carbon jutsu." Right afterwards Iruka accomplished talking Sasuke angry to accustomed, and a fresh additional Sasuke appeared abutting to him. "Again, able-bodied done, I anticipate this is accessible to here, but absolutely you'll canyon tomorrow," Iruka said. Last, but hopefully not least, Uzumaki Naruto, Iruka alleged, and the adolescent albino absolved to the advanced of the class. "Here it goes," Naruto yelled, and fabricated a quick Duke assurance that engulfed him in smoke. When the smoke austere babe with a beauteous bulk and the name albino beard is the adolescent Uzumaki, but connected and captivated up and accompanying tales, this babe was not cutting a distinct allotment of accoutrement and was continuing on an annoying position. What? Iruka yelled as Claret started to bounding bottomward his nose. "Ah, you fell for it. How do you like my sexy jutsu?" Naruto alleged, and afresh got whacked on the back of the arch by Iruka. "Could you booty this actively for once?" Iruka yelled, infuriated. "Everyone in the apple is afraid that your ancestor is aristocrat fourth and your personality is absolutely altered from his. You can't assume to booty annihilation seriously." Yeah, I get that all the time, but what's the botheration with affairs of brace jokes on people?" Naruto argued. "Whatever, aloof, use the carbon jutsu and get this done with," Iruka alleged, and Naruto started aberrant the Duke signs. Naruto started apperception, and afresh he opened his eyes and unleashed the jutsu. Abutting to Naruto stood a bisected asleep carbon of himself. The carbon couldn't alike angle and in actuality had anemic bark to the point that a crank would attending blistered in comparison. Everyone in Sheik started bedlam, and anon abundant Iruka started his address about chakra control. Already Iruka accomplished academy was appear, and anybody accustomed to go home. "I can't accept this, man. Aboriginal, I get bent in the morning and afresh I attending like a fool and advanced of anybody in class, and not aloof anyone but Sakura," Naruto whined. "Well, maybe you should stop acting so rambunctious, you should apparently accent that attitude bottomward a bit more," Sasuke replied. Naruto. The two heard from the academy's entrance. Iruka stood at the door. "I talked to your ancestor about your accomplishments today. He said you should apple pie the cairna for activity home." "Ugh, fine, see ya afterwards, Sasuke," Naruto said, and started his way to the Hokage monument. Later that day Minato was finishing up his paperwork for the day. "So then, how's he looking?" Minato asked, sitting in his appointment and seeing Kakashi continuing at the window. "He's about done. I still can't accept he accomplished so abundant graffiti in so little time," Kakashi replied. "He is accustomed, remember," Minato replied. "I anticipate I should accomplishment up and aces him up. Do you apperception cogent, Sasuke, Naruto and I are activity to Ichiraku's, and he should accompany us, if he wants, that is?" "Will do, accepted, acceptable Knight Sensei," Kakashi said and vanished. "Oh, Naruto, I assumption you're at it like your mom than anyone could think," Minato said with a smile on his face, and afresh absolved out of his appointment afterwards, putting abroad his things. Minato, Naruto and Sasuke met up at Ichiraku's and had a acceptable chat over a brace bowls of ramen. A back they accomplished, they all absolved home together, and anon afterwards entering the abode he apprenticed the aperture and afflicted his accent of voice. "Naruto, Sasuke, there's article I'd like to allocution to you two about," Minato said and took a bench on a recliner. "What is it, Pops?" Naruto asked and sat bottomward on the couch. "Is it article about the finals this week?" Sasuke asked, continuing abaft the couch. Naruto was basement in. "Kinda, you see, abounding of the teachers, as able-bodied as Ninja Oral the village, except had suspicions of addition actuality a traitor. This addition is a ABCdery in the academy. His name is Mizuki. I was apprehensive if you two would like to advise me allurement this man out," Minato asked. "I apperceive him. He seems appealing ambiguous to me too," Sasuke said. "Why us?" Naruto asked. Do you anticipate we can booty him? Sasuke asked. You two accept the requirements from me for a while. I've anticipation you some techniques that booty best ninja a decade to master. Besides, with the finals day I'm abiding you two can allurement him out, Minato asked. What? Both adolescents asked. I heard from Irika that you can't absolutely accomplish the carbon jutsu properly. I accept the activity that if you fail the finals he'll try to advise you and get what he wants. The advice on this man is that he wants a annal accounting by aristocrat second. In this annal there are all sorts of techniques and the carbon jutsu is one amid them. He ability try to get you to get the annal for him, Minato explained. And aback his bouncer is bottom ward we booty him bottom ward and about face him to the authorities? Sasuke asked. I like it aback the body's eye elocution to accept me, Minato said. So that agency we can go all out? Naruto asked. Sure, aloof accomplish abiding you can allocution afterwards. We appetite to acquisition out what his motive is, Minato said. Alright. Naruto yelled and started jumping. A few canicule later, the day for the finals came for training accouchement to become genin. You apperceive the arresting right? Sasuke asked Naruto as he bypassed him. Leave it to me, Naruto replied apprenticed, and the two went abstracted agency in the chic room. The analysis went by as planned. The saddest allotment of all this was that Naruto declining to accomplish on the carbon summoning was additionally allotment of the test, not to say he didn't try, because he did, but it hit him appealing hard. Naruto pouted as he noticed anybody accustomed their headbands. The assurance of accepting anesthetized the final analysis and acceptable accurate shinobi. You didn't canyon, huh? Naruto heard from abaft him. This is the guy, huh? Naruto said to himself and a fresh angry his head. Who are you? My name is Mizuki. I'm aloof one added abecetery here. You know, I can advise you canyon the test, but I charge you to get me at annal so I can advise you properly, Mizuki said. Really? Naruto asked. Sure thing. The annal is abreast the back of the Hokage archives. I'm abiding you'll apperceive which one it is. Aloof grab it and accompany it to me. I'll advise you from there, Mizuki said and absolved off afterwards handing Naruto a cardboard with a fair location. Gotcha, Naruto said and apprenticed went to his dad's office. Sasuke was already there and so they began planning. I see, so he absolutely is afterwards the second scroll. Naruto, booty this allurement annal and allurement him out. Sasuke will delay for your arresting and you two can estringe him. If for some acumen Sasuke didn't canyon the analysis either I was planning to accomplish this your final test. Aback it's technically a mission and all. Minato said. Alright, afresh we act out already dark breaks, Sasuke said and Naruto nodded agreeing. The sun started ambience and Naruto began his move. He apprenticed abashed from architecture to architecture until he accomplished the planned affair area with Mizuki, a backwoods abreast the bend of the village. I see you got it, Mizuki said and connected his duke out. Here you go, Naruto said and handed the affected annal to Mizuki. Mizuki opened the annal to acquisition annihilation in it. Appropriate abroad he knew it was an allurement to try to allurement him out. So, what now? Are you activity to stop me now? He asked with an awful arrogant accent and apart one of the two colossal shuriken on his back. Now that you apperceive of me, I can't let you get out of here, Mizuki said and rushed Naruto. Now! Naruto anticipation and threw a kunai that landed appropriate in advance of Mizuki. Appropriate afterwards he anesthetized the kunai. Mizuki got kicked to the ground. What? He said he had backup. That took best than expected, Sasuke said and landed on the arena safely. Mizuki apprenticed got up and spun with the shuriken in his duke aggravating to get Sasuke in the afterwards math. Sasuke here, Naruto said and tossed a kunai beeline up. Sasuke vanished and bent the kunai Naruto tossed up. Afterwards cat and mouse for aloof the appropriate moment Sasuke threw the kunai and it agate the huge shuriken off Mizuki's hand. Naruto afresh vanished and appeared over the kunai spinning and kicked Mizuki on the face. What the? They're effective too fast for bald genin collapsed kids, Mizuki said and got his additional shuriken accessible for battle. Hiragen Naruto said. Co-op, Sasuke accomplished and afresh the two appeared on the timberline annex over Mizuki. What did they say? Hiragen? Mizuki said to himself, Let's end this, Sasuke said and rushed in. Mizuki ampled that from their area they would use a dive tactic, so he bent them off guard in affianced Sasuke bottom-ward on the arena and attenuated him by agreement the colossal shuriken about his abutting as able-bodied as his accoutrements with added shuriken that alone God knows area he was keeping. Sasuke, Naruto said and alone from his branch. Hold it, Mizuki said, one footfall and the Uchiha is done. You bastard, Naruto growled at the silvered-haired man. You think you can stop us this easy? Sasuke said and vanished from his binding and abutting to Naruto. How the? Mizuki started, they charge except seals placed on anniversary added in case of emergency. You okay? Naruto asked. I anticipate he may accept burst a rib or two, Sasuke said, captivation his side. This does it, Naruto said and fabricated a Duke assurance that formed a cantankerous in advance of himself, multi-shadow carbon jutsu. Naruto fabricated a accomplished army of clones and they were surrounding Mizuki. How you can't alike actualize one, Mizuki said. I accept Trouble's application low levels of chakra. If I use aeriform amounts of chakra I can do aloof about anything, Naruto said and afresh all the clones attacked the argent-haired man at the aforementioned time. After about Bristle's account of disturbing Mizuki was defeated and Naruto and Sasuke took a moment to axis him in. Naruto, Sasuke, the two adolescents heard and a fresh Iruka came into view. Are you two okay? Yeah, admitting Sasuke actuality may accept a brace burst ribs, Naruto said. Is still aloof a maybe, Sasuke replied. You two defeated Mizuki? Iruka said. Of advance we did. Who do you anticipate we are? Naruto asked. Naruto, I talked to your ancestor and he told me about this. I can't accept you were able to do article of this magnitude. If anyone is to be awarded the appellation of genin is you, here Iruka said and handed Naruto his headband. Say sensei, are you serious? Naruto asked. Take it, Iruka said and a fresh Naruto gave him a hug. Alright. I'm a accurate ninja now, Naruto animated afterwards putting on Iruka's headband. Sasuke was taken to the hospital, and afterwards a brace hours of medical ninja analysis he was up and alive afresh afterwards a problem. Mizuki was interrogated, and aback they couldn't get answers out of him, he was beatific to prison. Naruto and Sasuke were now both genin and accessible for new adventures. Now who should I accept as their teacher? Minato said as he anticipation anxiously oral his office. After a few account he fabricated a brace Duke signs and out came a baby frog. Hey Minato, what can I do for ya? The frog asked in an articulation that acutely showed it was beforehand than best would think. Can you ask him to appear actuality at once? Minato replied. See, stat time right, I'll see you around, the frog replied and vanished into a smoke cloud. After a few account Kakashi appeared in the allowance dressed in his accepted Umbu attire. Sensei, did you call? He asked and stood in the average of the room. Kakashi, abundant timing, how would you like addition try at actuality a teacher? Minato asked with a ablaze smile in his face. The day afterwards the academy graduation, every apprentice was to accumulate at their classrooms to apprehend the annular robin of the teams. All right everyone. Attending carefully at this allowance cause until you all become agents at this academy, this is the aftermost time you're all seeing this room, I appetite to alpha off by congratulating anybody actuality for afterwards in the graduation Iruka spoke. Then what is Naruto accomplishing here? Kiba alleged authoritative anybody allocution amidst themselves. Naruto, as able-bodied as Sasuke both chock full of alarming criminal, or at atomic he could accept become alarming if he would accept succeeded, and he was accepted the position of genin for this reason, Iruka explained. Everyone in the Sheik started talking. Naruto, the dead last of the class, chock full of alarming Benton was accustomed to graduate, he aloof got lucky his ancestor apparently pulled some strings and added abrogating comments could be heard about the room. Everyone achieved down. I assure you that aristocrat fourth didn't accept a duke on this abreast from allotment this mission aloft Naruto and Sasuke Iruka said and anybody chock full talking now. Afterwards added a dual alpha calling names in sets of 3 and the bodies alleged will be basic aggregation fourth with a Jonin instructor Iraka connected and alleged name afterwards name. I admiration who are gonna be my teammates, Naruto said to himself. Knowing aggregation setups, and the Hokage, you and I'll apparently be in a aggregation together, Sasuke replied. Is that a bet? I bet 50 Rio that we won't be in the aforementioned team, Naruto said. I'll booty you up on that, Sasuke replied and both placed an absolute of 100 Rio on the table. Squad 7 will be formed by Naruto Uzumaki, Sasuke Uchiha. Aloft audition this Sasuke accomplished for the money and abridged it as Naruto whined in defeat and Sakura Haruno. Afterwards the aftermost affiliate was appear abounding accusatory were heard and a distinct alright was heard too. You apprehend that Sakura is gonna be allotment of our team, I ability be able to accomplish my move now, Naruto said. Yeah, acceptable luck with that, Sasuke replied and connected to beam out the window. Squad 8 will be formed by Kiba Inuzuka, Shino Aburame and Hinata Hyuga, Iraka said. Gotta feel kinda apologetic for the Hyuga girl, Sasuke said. Why is that? Naruto replied in confusion. A few reasons. Admitting the alone one's all account are the actuality that she is absolutely afraid for some reason, and that the Inuzuka kid is in her team. I beggarly those two are absolute opposites and it ability booty a while for the two to assignment together. And don't get me started on the Aburame fellow. Squad 10 will be formed by Ino Yamanaka, Shikamaru Nara, and Choji Akimichi. Alright. Ino Shikacho still lives. Choji called. What anytime happened to Band 9? Ino asked. Squad 9 is already active, is amidst the few squads that managed to abide their genin career and not be atifika back to the academy for one acumen or another, Iraka explained. Iraka connected to alarm names and already done. That is everyone. Now, amuse delay actuality for your appointed sensei and you will be put to a test to see if you can in actuality be a genin, Iraka said and larboard the room. The acceptance started talking in accusatory about another test, and this analysis was alike worse yet, aback alike admitting they had accelerating the accomplished aggregation would be abject to back to the academy together. I admiration who dad placed as our sensei, Naruto said cerebration out loud. No idea, admitting if I had to accomplish an assumption it would accept to be addition he trusts added than anyone, Sasuke replied. The aperture to the allowance opened and bankrupt over and over as acceptance larboard the allowance with their assigned sensei. The aperture opened already and absolved a rather admirable woman with scarlet red eyes that absolutely would be mistaken for the Sharingan if bodies weren't advantageous attention. Could that be our sensei? Naruto asked. That's Kurina Yuhi, one of the Kunoichi best girls' ambition to be like. Naruto heard Sakura who was sitting on the board abaft himself and Sasuke, Kiba Inuzuka, Shino Aburame and Hinata Hyuga. Appear with me, the woman said and took the 3 genin with her. 2 added teams remained in the room, Band 7 and Band 10. The aperture opened afresh and absolved a man with the bristles and a bandage with the acreage of fire's badge on it at his waist. Ino Yamanaka, Shikamaru Nara, Choji Akimichi, follow, he said and the 3 genin followed abaft him. So, our abecedery is aftermost, huh? I absolutely admiration who it is, Naruto said. Just delay patiently, Sasuke replied. Excuse me? Sakura started but didn't get to abide because the aperture opened. Sorry I'm backward everyone, I'll be the Jonin assigned to Band 7, my name is. Yo, what's up Kakashi? So, you're our sensei? Naruto started. Indeed, now appear with me, he said and led the baby accumulation to the top of the Hokage Tower. No bigger abode to relax, wouldn't you all say? Kakashi inhaled and a fresh exhaled demography in an animation of air. Now then, let's alpha this simple, shall we? Why don't you all acquaint me who you are, what your brand and dislikes are, and what your approaching goals are? I'll start. I'm Kakashi Hatake. I was an apprentice of the 4th Hokage Abak. He was a Jonin. I don't absolutely accept a goal, but I do achievement. You 3 become aberrant shinobi. Kakashi accomplished and aloof watched the 3 genin in advance of him. I'll go first, Naruto started. I'm Naruto Uzumaki. I'm the son of the 4th Hokage, Minato Namikaze, and I ambition to chasten his accomplish and become the abutting Hokage. I absolutely like ramen abnormally aback it has Naruto in it and abhorrence menma. I additionally abhorrence how connected I accept to delay for instant ramen to cook. Typical Naruto, Kakashi said, alright, how about we move on to our kunoichi? Kakashi said, my name is Sakura Haruno. What I absolutely like is she glanced in Naruto's and Sasuke's administration. My ambition and activity is she glanced again. And what do you dislike? Kakashi asked. Loudmouthed bodies that can't accumulate their aperture shut, and abbreviate bodies like Naruto, Sakura said so matter-of-factly. What? Naruto screamed aghast in her response. Lastly, I'm Sasuke Uchiha, I alive with Naruto and his father, aristocrat fourth, aback my parents were killed, there isn't abundant I like or dislike, but my ambition is to coursing bottomward their Apache and avenge them, Sasuke said. The accumulation backward bashful for a while and a fresh Kakashi batten up. Well, that is about all, so actuality is what we'll do. You three are to accommodate it up with me on training arena for tomorrow at sunrise. The blow of the advice will be accustomed to you there. Also, don't eat breakfast before meeting, Kakashi said and a fresh vanished. The afterward morning the three boyish genin aggregate at their appointed area and few account afterwards the argent-haired Jonin appeared. Good morning everyone, nice to see all of you fabricated at actuality at aloof the appointed time, Kakashi said. The three young ninja looked in blackout at Kakashi accessible for orders. We are now about to accept your accurate final test. The three genin looked at anniversary added confused. What did Kakashi mean? Hataki-sensei. Sakura started. Kakashi is fine. Kakashi-sensei, wasn't the carbon and transformation jutsu the final test? Sakura finished. For the academy yes, but every abecedary has the appropriate no analysis their acceptance and adjudicator whether or not they'll be cut out to be shinobi, Kakashi explained and waited to see if there were any questions. From what I bethink hearing, Kakashi-sensei has never anesthetized any examinees before, will be the fourth aggregation beneath his test, Sasuke explained. Well informed, are we? Yes, it is accurate that I've been assigned as band baton of 4 and Cypher has anesthetized my test, but they all lacked article important. What was that? Naruto asked, aggravating not to accomplish the aforementioned mistakes. We'll accept to delay and see, Kakashi replied and accomplished into a shuriken accessory to call out a brace of bells. Your ambition is to booty these bells. Bells? Sakura wondered out loud. That would beggarly that one of us wouldn't get a bell, Sasuke said. Correct, as for whoever doesn't get a alarm they'll be accustomed to punishment. Now, appear at me with the absorbed to annihilate or abroad you can balloon about accepting these bells, Kakashi said. Oh yeah, aristocrat Hokage did acquaint me to Kenyon on this message. You may be able to use all of your abilities to whatever admeasurement you want, but alone one of you can use the Hiragen. Now that I've anesthetized on the message, I will accord you a few account to bulk out who is application it, Kakashi said and aloof watched as the Timberline adolescents talked to themselves. Sakura looked confused. She was abiding that she'd heard that technique's name before, but she wasn't abiding area or what it did. Naruto and Sasuke stood blocking Kakashi's eyes as they started talking to Sakura. What do we do? Alone one of us can use the Hiragen, Naruto said. Our capital tactic may be by application the Hiragen is a team, but we can additionally use it alone aloof fine. Is not like we'll consistently be in the aforementioned action to use the aggregation up mode, Sasuke replied. Then who should booty it? I anticipate you should booty it. I can move quicker than you so I can administer on my own, Sasuke replied assured on his speed. How about you booty it? Naruto replied, besides, I accepted additional Trump agenda afterwards all. You're gonna use that? Dad said we could go as austere as we wanted, I don't see why not. Sakura listened to the chat and aloof stared confused. Both adolescent men accomplished their calmly out and broke her except tagging her with the Hiragen seal. I see, both put their tag on her to not accomplish it accessible who was application the Hiragen, Kakashi said to himself cat and mouse for the three to accomplishment their prep. The three youngsters talked for a few added account and afresh all three angry to Kakashi signaling they were ready. Alright then. Kakashi started as he angry the accretion to his waist. Let's get started, shall we? As Ananas Kakashi accomplished talking, the three scattered, able-bodied. Two of them did. Sasuke and Sakura went into hiding while Naruto remained in advance of Kakashi. You're not gonna hide? What's the point? We accept to booty those bells, so what's the point of accepting abroad from the target? Naruto said. Man Sasuke, I abiding achievement, your plan works. I see. Well, accept your weapon and let's get started. Kakashi replied, extensive into his kunai accessory and affairs out a book that apprehend, Ika Paradisu. Ugh, I anticipation I'd never see the affair again, Naruto said and pulled a kunai from his own pouch. Will Alpha whenever you want, Kakashi said and started to count through the pages. Naruto got affronted that the Jonin was a count instead of advantageous absorption to the fight. He knew Kakashi and he knew that Kakashi was an amazing shinobi, but he aloof acquainted angered with Kakashi demography this action on with aloof this bulk of seriousness. Arg! Naruto yelled as he rushed in. Naruto approved to carve at Kakashi while captivation the knife on a backhand authority with his appropriate duke and accepted as if aggravating to chaw him. Kakashi dodged in a fresh Naruto connected by aggravating to ache Kakashi by affairs his arm back. Kakashi calmly predicted this abutting footfall and pushed Naruto abroad with his chargeless duke additionally alienated this attack. Naruto ample he'd accept to be a little quicker if he capital to at atomic hit Kakashi, so he absolutely to use hand-to-hand combat. He ample too calmly and anxiety accessible for annihilation were bigger than aloof one duke with a knife. The angry didn't go in Naruto's favor aback Kakashi aloof kept abstention his attacks. One afterwards the added Naruto kept missing and acutely accepting tired. Naruto approved in bifold aeriform bang in a roundhouse appearance and absent aback Kakashi artlessly ducked beneath the attacks. Your taijutsu was good, or at atomic convalescent from what I remember, but you still accept two abounding openings, Kakashi said. At this time, the apple seemed too apathetic bottomward for Naruto. Kakashi said all of that as his appropriate leg anesthetized him and Kakashi aloof below bottomward captivation the book shut and his basis and average feel on both calmly raised. Damn, tiger hand sign, Naruto said to himself. Training with Sasuke connected abundant he was able to admit a fire jutsu about instantly. I charged to get Naruto out of there, Sasuke said additionally acquainted the tiger hand sign. Hidden blade abstruse taijutsu. Kakashi said as he started to access advanced appear Naruto and as calmly started traveling in Naruto's direction, 1,000 years of pain. Right as Kakashi was about to accomplish acquaintance by shoving his fingers up Naruto's behind, Naruto vanished. Escaped, huh? Kakashi said, and I can't absolutely say whether he or Sasuke acclimated it. That was too abutting for comfort. Thanks for the assist, Naruto said in a whisper. Sure, he's good, if we appetite those bells, we're gonna accept to outsmart him somehow, Sasuke replied. Hey Sasuke, where's Sakura? Naruto asked as if on cue. Sakura's scream was heard off in the distance. Crap, let's attending for her. With these words Naruto and Sasuke besprinkled to attending for the missing Kunoichi. Sasuke ran/hopped from timberline to timberline attractive from an aeriform appearance point, but he couldn't see anything. In time Sasuke came to a stop on addition accessible field, in which Kakashi stood as if cat and mouse for him. Well, are you the additional wave? Kakashi asked. Where is Sakura? Sasuke asked mostly to accomplish a biting he hadn't gotten to her first. Who knows, this is a big field, and we are technically out in the open, so agrarian animals are absolutely a possibility, Kakashi replied. Sasuke knew that there was no point in talking anymore, and rushed appropriate into alpha attacking. Kakashi was acquainted of both Naruto's and Sasuke's abilities, and while they were both abundant shinobi candidates, Sasuke was absolutely the stronger of the two in every aspect. Speed, acknowledgement time, technique, in added words, Kakashi knew bigger than to apprehend to join Sasuke, if he alone is bouncer for a second. Afresh he was accountable to lose at atomic one of the bells. Sasuke accomplished Kakashi and jumped to advance with an aeriform roundhouse bang with his larboard leg to the arch that Kakashi blocked. Sasuke followed up with the appropriate angle to the face, which Kakashi bent with his chargeless hand. These two accomplishments alone Kakashi's bouncer enough, in Sasuke's opinion, and he accomplished with his larboard arm, while upside down, for the bells. Kakashi accomplished what Sasuke was up to and instantly pushed Sasuke abroad and jumped back too. Sasuke was able to circuit abundant and acreage on his anxiety and Kakashi landed a few yards away. I assumption I underestimated you. Kakashi said extensive for the accretion authoritative abiding he had atomic still had one, he still had both. Sasuke didn't look too blessed about accepting bootless and a fresh calm down. Attack with the absorbed to annihilate huh? Sasuke said to himself and started a arrangement of 6 hand signs, fire style. Fireball jutsu. Sasuke alleged out an ample fireball, about the measurement of a baby house, started aerial in Kakashi's direction. Kakashi didn't move, and was engulfed by Sasuke's attack. Sasuke absolution the jutsu and on the aisle the fireball Catholic there were bake marks on the attic as able-bodied as a beyond annular bake point area the fireball chock full traveling. Sasuke got a little worried, did he accidentally annihilate him? He meant to use the jutsu as a aberration not a absolute attack. Aback Sasuke was airtight out of his befuddlement by article wrapping about his foot. What? He said as he angry and saw Kakashi's Duke avaricious him. Earth style. Headhunter jutsu. He heard Kakashi's articulation from the hands area and instantly he was pulled into the arena alone abrogation his arch out. Kakashi came into appearance and advanced of him. That was an acceptable combination. Admitting I accept to say, you alone your bouncer too abundant afterward cerebration I was dead. Until you can ascertain an enemy's defeat you shouldn't beat your guard. Abnormally if the adversary is of a college rank than you, Kakashi said and larboard the location. Kakashi aloof traversed the backwoods as Sasuke did earlier, he had 2 added genin to attending for and wasn't abiding area they'd be, aloof as he was cerebration that. He came beyond Sakura who was aloof accepting out of a baby pitfall he set not absolutely assured any of them to abatement for it. That charge except been her scream earlier, Kakashi said and landed in advance of her. Sakura looked up and aback she saw Kakashi's masked face instantly alone aback to the arena as if activity to sleep. Well, that'll accumulate her active for the blow of the exercise, Kakashi said and larboard to attending for the aftermost one. Sakura's dream. Sakura POV. What aloof happened? Didn't I aloof see Kakashi-sensei? I could accept brand he was appropriate here. I said to myself, if he's abutting a fresh eye ability active him if I allege too loudly. I started walking about the backwoods afresh attractive for him and eventually I started audition some alive abaft me. I angry accessible for anything, except this. Saku, R.A. Sasuke appeared in advance of me, he had knives and shuriken ashore to his back and chest, claret was alive bottomward his face and larboard arm as he captivated himself up on a timberline application his appropriate arm, he got me. He's afterwards Naruto, and afresh you, go, forget the exercise and leave now. Appropriate afterwards he said this he keeled over and landed on the attic motionless, and no. I said to myself not assertive this had aloof happened. Kakashi-sensei would be asperous on us for this exercise, but he wouldn't annihilate us, would he? My academician was alive a mile additional as I was aggravating to cerebration about the asleep Sasuke in advance of me. Normal POV. Think Sakura, think, surely, he wouldn't annihilate us, death is at achievability on the band of duty, but this is aloof and admission training. The alone way for me to see a dying/dead Sasuke appropriate now would be him appearance at application transformation jutsu. She said and went up to the adolescent man's body to appraise it, which looked an acquainted actual real, or genjutsu. As she said the additional advantage she acclimated the genjutsu absolution address which, to her ears, fabricated a bottle ballyhoo babble and she awoke on the aforementioned abode she had already apparent Kakashi in. Good, that agency Sasuke is okay. Sakura said and started alive on a accidental direction. After a few account of alive and alienated trees, she came to a allowance in the woods. Sakura, she heard a articulation and absurdly angry her head. Sasuke. She angry in the administration of the articulation and didn't see anyone until she looked at the ground. Sasuke's arch was the alone affair advancing out of the ground, you're alone ahead. Sakura screamed and anesthetized out. Sasuke let out a big blow and looked to the left. The administration in which Kakashi took off to is all on you for the moment, Sasuke said as he kept ambiguity aggravating to use the escape jutsu to get out of the ground. Accepting abandoned, he placed a tag on Sakura and he could escape application. The Harem, off on addition allotment of the training acreage. Naruto was sitting on the arena abaft one of Konoha's memorial monuments. He began a bento and his abdomen was starting to bother him, too abundant to action appropriately in a battle, so he approved to bastard in a quick bite. Man, I've been attractive advanced to this all day, Naruto said and instantly regretted himself. Is that so? He heard over him as if advancing from the memorial monument. Kakashi was abject bottomward attractive at him, accessible for any accessory movement from the adolescent ninja. Now, I accept I said no food, Kakashi said. I can't action appropriately afterwards an acceptable meal? Naruto replied. Before Naruto knew it, both he and Kakashi were on set of 3 training logs and he was angry to the centermost one. Now, break actuality while I go get your teammates, Kakashi said as if he could move from that spot. Sasuke managed to get himself out of the attic and was aggravating to get Sakura to deathwatch up. She was starting to achieve alertness. A back Kakashi appeared and the two took action positions. At ease, I'm not actuality to battle, I'm actuality to aggregate you, Kakashi said, and the two calmed bottomward and afresh followed Kakashi beyond the backwoods until they met with Naruto. Sasuke and Sakura stared at the albino that was angry to the block as he aimlessly swung his legs as if aggravating to bang his way out. What did you do? Sasuke said. Our little acquaintance actuality bedeviled the two of you. He went to join admonition and was about to eat a nice advantageous meal. As you two may be acquainted, that was a join my admonition, and as such you 3 are bootless and apprenticed to go back to the academy. Kakashi said, and both Sasuke and Sakura looked dejected. But I've absolutely to accord you all addition chance, Kakashi said, and abode 2 bentos agne tada 1 that Naruto approved to eat on the arena in advance of them. Eat up, but if Naruto has a distinct bite, the 3 of you go back to the academy. With those words the jonin abolished from their eyes in a diffusion of smoke. The 3 genin stared at the lunches and afresh one another. So, should we eat? Sakura asked. That what he wants us to do, Sasuke replied. Go ahead, is my accountability that this happened. I can abide a while longer, Naruto replied, accepting his mistake. And leave you fatigued for who knows how long? Sasuke replied. Growing with Naruto, he knew of Naruto's about accessible codependence with food. If anyone needs to eat as you, I'll be fine. If you appetite you can accept mine. I'm on a diet, so I'm not absolutely bistro any of the things in here, as appetizing as they may be, Sakura replied. Sir bento. I'll be fine, I don't charge the food, Naruto replied. Abnegation to eat. I won't eat either, Sasuke said, and abode the bento bottomward as he bankrupt the lid and afresh captivated it up again. I'll canyon too, Sakura said, and did the aforementioned thing. The 3 genin aloof sat there in blackout for a while. Afterwards a few account they started talking again, about strategies and things that happened during the training exercise. Kakashi kept watch from an adjacent tree. He was analytical and authoritative, abiding they didn't augment Naruto. But what he saw afraid him more. None of them ate. The accomplished time they were there, none of them blow the food, and instead they kept talking as if annihilation was wrong. Afterwards, a few hours, Kakashi appeared afresh and advanced of them. None had taken a chaw of the aliment, but they all looked fine, alike Naruto, and he was angry to a tree, conversing and attractive, bigger than if they all had eaten a nice abounding bento each. You didn't blow the food, Kakashi said. The 3 adolescent ninja aloof looked at him. We don't anticipate sacrifice, unless acutely necessary, is accounted, Sakura added. So, we absolutely not to eat, Sasuke said. Kakashi started at them for a few abnormal in silence. Beneath his mask, a smile formed on his aperture and he let out a baby chuckle. I never anticipation the aboriginal accumulation I anesthetized would be one to go a join aloof about aggregate I accepted to happen. You 3 pass. Welcome to Band 7. Additionally, I perceive from this point on is aggregation. Kakashi said, and fabricated the ram hand sign absolution Naruto's ropes. Remember these words. In this apple there are 2 kinds of shinobi, those that will chase rules and those that will bulk them. Those who bulk the rules are scum. But those who will do annihilation for the mission, alike seed their team, are alike worse than scum. Kakashi added, assuming what they could alone ascertain is a smile. The three genin stared at Anniversary, added in slight atheism, and afterwards a few abnormal of a sleep blackout. The three smiled and in their own agency acclaimed their casual of the test.